Worldslayer is the latest DLC to drop for Outriders, and there's a lot of new content to explore. From new weapons, new gear, new campaign story, and even a new endgame mode, Worldslayer brings in a fresh new update to spend hours of gameplay in. Whether this is your first time diving into Outriders, or if you're a returning player wanting to get back into it for this DLC, we've got you covered on breaking down everything new in the Worldslayer update. Melee is something you don't want to forget while playing Outriders. It can break you out of freeze or ash states, and if you hit melee while sprinting, you get a cool area of effect slam. Important reminder that in order to get heals, you have to get some kills. If you're a new player and want to jump right into the new content, you can make a new character that can be boosted to level 30. Or if you're a returning player, you can carry over your old characters and you can use the level boost as many times as possible. So go wild and create as many characters with different classes as you want. The biggest thing that you can do for yourself is to check the mods on your guns and armor to make sure they complement the abilities you have equipped. For example, my selected class is the Devastator, the tank. I have the abilities Earthquake, Tremor, and Boulder Dash equipped and matched my armor mods to increase the damage and the effect of my abilities. My helmet has the mod Blood Shock that inflicts bleed on enemies hit by my Earthquake. My chest piece has a mod that lets me use 2 Earthquake activations before the cooldown hits, which works really well with the mod on my leg armor that steals 33% of damaged enemies' armor. My glove mod increases my Earthquake damage by 2,879 damage, and my boots mod heals 5% of max health to myself and allies in a 20-meter radius. So my mods here really amplified the Earthquake ability that absolutely rips through enemies since I get 2 hits of it and increased damage. You can dismantle your equipment to apply mods to any gear you like, so if a piece of armor or weapon starts to dip below the wanted levels, you can recycle the mods and rebuild your preferred loadout. Ascension is the new leveling system that especially rewards players who spend hours upon hours in the game. You can level Brutality, Endurance, Prowess, or Anomaly. With these 4 branches, there are a lot of nodes to level, from Anomaly power boosts to armor bonuses to cooldown reductions and more. You can boost each branch 50 times through the 4 nodes available, and if you want to change things up after experimenting and finding your current selections aren't really boosting your playstyle, you can reset every branch and reallocate your points at no cost. So feel free to look around and change things up every so often. The Pax Tree is an additional leveling system that allows you to progress by playing the main story of Worldslayer. There are 5 maximum points for the Pax Tree, and you can choose between 2 major branches for your class to focus on. I chose the Tectonic Shifter for my Devastator class since I utilize my Earthquake power the most, and followed that branch to amplify those powers I primarily use. Worldslayer introduced new 5-piece legendary armor sets and 3-piece legendary armor sets that are universally equipable for all classes. There are also new Apocalypse gear variants that have a 3rd mod slot. This 3rd slot cannot be modified and is locked in, so you'll have to grind to find that perfect weapon with the best mod slot that complements your playstyle. The Tiago store will rotate in the new legendary items if you would like to see them there. The new level cap for Worldslayer is established by Apocalypse tiers, with it maxing out at level 75 gear. There are new styles of weapons that you can grind for in drops, and some of them have incredibly high damage mods already equipped that you might want to try and apply to different weapons for high impact combinations. For example, I used the Core 19 LMG Setting Sun that came with the mods Clip Combustion, where reloading the weapon creates a shockwave damaging enemies near me, and the level 2 mod Claymore, where shots would damage enemies with an Anomaly Blade that would deal an additional 5k damage. So I was running around one-shotting mob enemies with this weapon even though I had higher damage weapons in my inventory, just due to that Claymore mod. Test out combinations of mods on your weapons and make sure to select the combinations that work best for you. Apocalypse tiers is the new difficulty system. The tiers go all the way up to 40. Challenge tiers are completely gone, so you can play Expeditions and Worldslayers in Apocalypse tiers. If you don't own Worldslayer, the max Apocalypse tier you can unlock is tier 15, which equals a max gear level of 50. But with Worldslayer, it maxes at Apocalypse tier 40 and your max gear level is 75. The tier will pick off where you left off your character. So if you're on challenge tier 15, it will change to what level that is now and allow you to continue your adventure. The further you get, you'll earn more XP, get better loot, and increase the chances for getting the elite tier 3 mods on your Apocalypse gear. With the new Apocalypse tier system, you'll also be able to enjoy the vanilla campaign within those tiers, or you can take on New Game Plus. If at any time the game feels too difficult, you can also lower the Apocalypse tier to better fit your current gear. The Trials of Tarja Grettar is the new endgame activity players can replay at any time. Trials of Tarja Grettar is a gauntlet run with limited attempts to complete the trials before it resets. You can choose the way you go through crossroads, but if you die, you have to return to the previous point you were at and try again. Tarja Grettar is balanced for 3 players and it does not scale down like the campaign, where you can easily solo the story yourself. You'll want to have the best equipment and loadouts for entering Tarja Grettar, but also within the trials themselves, you can grind for specific gear for your next run. How are you enjoying Outriders Worldslayer so far? What's your go-to class for Outriders? Did you find any cool mod combinations yet for your playstyle? Let us know! For more updated news on Outriders, be sure to stay right here at IGN.